It helps when we channel to sync up our energy in some way, not to connect in, but that we're all in the same kind of vibe. Let's put it that way. So that's why I do a little heart center meditation right at the beginning before bringing him in. And, sometimes you connect with your own guides and ask them for help. That's just to put us in the same energy, let's say vibration or frequency, so that when we are in that same kind of frequency, it makes makes it easier for spirit to bring messages that'll support all of us. Spirit can only share what we're ready to receive. And so when we're in that heart frequency, we are ready to receive a lot more than when we're in the mental field, and there's a lot of, usually in the mental field, there can be a lot of resistance to the kind of messages he shares. So stick with the heart energy and stay out of the mental. Just allow the flow come through, the messages come through, and see what happens. So take a long, deep breath in your nose and blow it out of your mouth. And another long, deep breath in your nose and blow it out of your mouth. This is just the centering breath. Clearing, centering breath. Long, deep breath in your nose and blow it out of your mouth. And now just breathe gently in and out of your nose with your eyes closed. Allow yourself to get very comfortable and be present now with your body and your heart. As for your spirit guides to connect with you, to support you, and welcome them into your space right now. Allow them to clear any and all energy that doesn't support your highest good and create some sacred space around you so that during this session you're not interrupted. You can have a nice, peaceful hour ahead of us. Breathe nice, gentle, in and out of your nose. Feel the flow of energy going into your heart. Focus on your heart center. If your heart center has any kind of troubles or you have a high intensity of emotion or anything like that, just ask your guide to clear it out of the way so you can tune into the beautiful, blissful peace that is your heart center. Here, all things are possible. Here, we understand everything. It is the center of our wisdom and the center of the universe and the portal to divinity. Just settle into your heart center. And before I bring a white eagle in, I want you to ask your guide for a favor, anything at all, something you've been trying to manifest or something you're having trouble with or some kind of clarity you need. Use this time in sacred space to ask your guide to help you out. Give thanks. Okay, So we are surrounded by beautiful beings of light who create sacred space for us to meet in this, in our heart, with divinity, with spirit. So I ask White Eagle to speak through me to bring us messages to serve our highest good and help us on our paths to our highest potential. You are okay to open your eyes and take notes. Get comfortable in any way you wish. But being in the heart center is the greatest pleasure. It is the greatest connection to the all that is, to your knowing of oneness. There is no separation when we are in our heart center. There is no judgment. There is no fear. When we truly sit within the center of ourselves, we are at one. We are at peace. We are in the center of love. And if we stay there long enough, we will experience bliss. The being of the self, who you are, is always divine. It is always at one with divinity. It is always connected to the highest source of energy that is available in the universe. Do not doubt your ability to be present in oneness with divinity. You have an extraordinary experience of life as well. For unconsciously, we are divine beings experiencing earth. Consciously, we are human beings with trials and tribulations, difficulties, problems, and sorrows. Those two truths are happening at one time. And in that time, it is part of your soul's plan to make as many mistakes as it wishes, to do as many things wrong as it can. Sometimes we wonder why we stumble and make mistakes, why we choose the wrong partner, why we choose the wrong profession, why we go headlong into an experience that creates difficulties in our lives. I would say celebrate those things because there are no bad things that happen when we are not in the physical world. So we come here to make mistakes, to have difficulties. It is like a very challenging puzzle. We would not want a puzzle that was too easy. Also, we would not want a puzzle that is too hard. But somewhere between extremely easy and absolutely difficult is where your life is. We, in spirit, as spirit guides, wish for your ease in life, just as you do. But if we can look at how we have conquered or completed a puzzle of a difficult time in life, if we look at how we have shifted out of a difficult situation, solved the problem, healed, and let it go, then we can find great value in the treasure of it, in the treasure of the difficult thing, in the treasure of the monumental upheaval in life. We have so many minor and greater difficulties, but they are to be celebrated in a way that we are accomplishing something grand, truly grand, and that is a life well lived. A life full of mistakes is a life well lived because it makes the joy sweeter, it makes the peace gentler. And when we have difficulties in relationships, it makes love all the more valued. Be aware that your life is a treasure trove of experience and information. When we can reflect on that with gratitude and even remind ourselves how far we have come. For each one of you has experienced extraordinary hardship. I bring this up in a different way this week. I have been speaking on hardships quite a bit and how to overcome them or how to view them differently. This week, we talk about celebrating them, celebrating the tough times we have been through. If you were to look at yourself many years ago as a child, what would you say to change it? Do you think if you changed one thing that you would be who you are, that you would have the extraordinary life you have now? For each one of you has magic in your life. Each one of you knows how miracles work. This is a rare, extremely rare. And if you had to go through hardship to get there, would you give up that wisdom by not going through hardship? Would you warn your younger self not to go through the hard thing? I think not. The hard thing's what makes us rich, wealthy, extraordinary, insightful, and wise. Don't run from the hard thing. Allow it to lead you to the greater part of yourself, the greater part of yourself that you did not know existed before the hard thing came. On the other side is the healing. When we do healing here in spirit, we answer prayers of healing. We answer prayers of miracles. We answer prayers of gifts, of guidance. We answer prayers. You can ask your guide. You can ask any divine being, angelic, a master, a god or goddess, and you will receive help. You will get help. We forget because we feel so singular in our misery. We feel so alone when we suffer. We forget that all of our allies, invisible though they may be, can move mountains to assist us. And we are never alone. So, when you are having any difficulty, ask for help. Ask for help all the time. Ask for help through your heart. When we ask for help, when we are in our heart center and we ask for help, we will receive more than we ask for. If we are in our mind and in our judgments and fears, in our doubts, it is much more difficult to get help because the wounded space of the mind is not receptive. It is angry. It is an energy that repels gifts. So we recommend that you allow your anger, your fears to run through, to be processed in the mind. And when you are exhausted, settle into your heart and ask for help. We have a lot of strange things occurring in this world these days. And it is in a sense, a conflict between the mental and the emotional. It is a conflict about the fear or judgments that we have for others and the acceptance and the love that we have for others and ourselves. It is always in strife because we are awakening as a species. Humanity's awakening comes through compassion, as we have spoken before. It is also about the heart center overcoming the fears and doubts of the mental field. The fears and doubts of the mental field are creating the chaos. The heart center is the intuitive center. It is connected to divinity and connected to your soul. It is the place of peace within you. But the mind creates so much fear and worry and doubt, etc., that it can mute what comes through the heart center. Think of the energy of doubts and fears, anxieties, depressions, and so forth as creating a heavy fog around you. Those energies will dampen your connection to the heart. They dampen your connection to your intuition. They dampen your connection to your soul's purpose. And they create chaos in our lives. Some people become addicted to the chaos, and you will see them creating drama and creating havoc in their lives. If you find that your fears and doubts and anxieties are predominant in your life, there's a way to work within the heart center to let go of and navigate through the difficulties that are put before us by the mind, by the mental field, by our doubts and fears, etc. And so when you do these breaths and focus in the heart, as we do before each channel, that is the place to ask for help, as I mentioned. But I ask that you also ask for help in releasing your doubts and your fears, your anxieties, your depressions, your worries. Acknowledge you own them. They are part of the human experience. Once you can acknowledge you own them, you can ask for help in releasing them. Do not be in denial about how you feel. How you feel is important, even if it is a mental field and you think you should have a mental field energy that is causing you distress, and you think you should have overcome it by now. Every time we heal it, it may come back, but it will come back easier to get through. It may come back, but it will be not as dramatic as before. So when the energies of fear and worry and so on are interrupting your beautiful heart space, ask Spirit to help you release those energies so that you can connect with the truth that is in your heart. We spoke before about the illusion and that it is a necessary illusion for us to be in human form, in an identity, to have ego and so forth. But the wounded ego is the one that creates the doubts and the fears, the disharmony, the anxiety, and they're created through many times old wounds. And so when we simply begin by asking Spirit to help us release what is distressing us. We begin the path of healing on another level. This is not to discourage the more common utilized healing methods, of course. This is instead to add to navigate through old feelings that have harmed you, that have distressed you. If you have doubt in yourself, you may never go forward and share with the world the gifts that you have. We want you, our agenda, if we have one, is to help you have a life of joy, a life of love, and a life of great purpose. So we always help, if you ask, help you through the difficult puzzles that are before you so that you can experience the expression of your power, of your creativity, without the hindrance of the wounded ego. We dance through life in different states of consciousness, but as we grow and understand and work with our more difficult states of consciousness, by breathing in our heart, settling into the heart center, and asking our spirit guides to clear and heal and allow us to get over and move past our wounded state of mind, you will find how simple and easy it is to do so. It may require repeating many times over, but you will be on the path to healing the hard parts of you, the barriers to your full expression in life. Your full expression in life may or may not be enlightenment, spiritual attainment, and living miracles all the time. But your full expression in life may be simply having a lovely day, quietly reading a book, walking in nature. These are the fullest expressions of human life. The most beautiful thing to be is simply to be. nothing more or less. To walk this earth without fear, without doubt, without anxiety or worry, without guilt, without your traumas creating havoc in your life. That is the greatest blessing any human being can have. Sit now. Breathe gently. Close your eyes. Place your hand on your heart. Ask Spirit to relieve you of a worry. You can ask for a specific worry or just worry in general to be released from you, from your heart, from your mind, from your body, from your soul. Ask for it to be released and allow it to float away. Allow your spirit guides, your angels to take it from you. Hand it over completely. It is no longer yours. Feel the shift. Feel the energy around you or within you to change. Feel that change. Breathe easier. And sit in gratitude. We have many more steps to go, but this is a very good first step in creating partnership for your healing, your well-being, and for you to have many lovely days without the burdens of the past, without the worries of the future, and for you to fully accept and embrace what is yet to come. May you all be blessed this week, and I look forward to seeing you next week. Namaste.